What's up, guys? I'm Gojira 2001 and welcome to another new video. I have decided to redo another old video of mine that I did a few years ago, which is the evolution of my kaiju Sona, Saphihara, my main OC and the mascot of the channel, and literally every other platform that I'm on. This time, I am going more in depth about her evolution, the wrongs to rights with her design, and how she got this far, both design-wise and personality-wise. Before we dive deeper into this video, I do want to say how I've been doing regarding the last couple of community posts that I've made earlier this month. I'm doing better. Starting to get back to my old roots. I'm drawing again, I'm writing stories again, even playing a game. I'm getting back to my old roots. The last couple of weeks have been brutal, but I am slowly starting to get back to my old self. Anyways, on to the video. In 2016, I wanted to make my own character. I was inspired by many other content creators and artists, but I didn't know what to make. As I was trying to figure out what I wanted to make and what to call it, I had gotten into Godzilla a couple years before, as I've explained in the past couple of videos. And blue is my favorite color. So I was like, you know what? Let's just put the two together and call it Bluezilla. How about that? Then in August 30th, 2016, my OC, my very first OC that I've ever made her appearance on the channel. I was not expecting anyone to like her that much. 2016 was also the year I had started drawing. And a few months after I started drawing, I came up with a name for my kaiju OCs, Soul Kaiju. A couple of months ago, I did change the name, so now they're not called that anymore, they're called Soul Pythrix. After I came up with that name, I decided that is what Bluezilla was going to be. In drawings, not videos. That was kinda hard to explain. Later in 2016, I just now realized these were all in one year. Anyways, I had started a new series on the channel called Love Beyond Space, which featured Bluezilla as the main star. Bluezilla started out as a villain after her parents were killed, and Gojira raised her as his quote-unquote daughter. Oh yeah, Shin Godzilla was her grandpa in the series as well, and now he's an asshole in my newer videos. Anyways, in the series, Bluezilla had a love interest who was Space Godzilla, but Destroya had a thing for her as well? Why? I actually had no idea why I chose to do that. Towards the end of the first season, they have kids. Simple as that. In 2019, I started the second and the last season to Love Beyond Space, and I added more drama than romance. Bluezilla's family gets captured by Ghidorah, his brother, and his gang. Bluezilla in this season really does not make the smartest decisions as she gets her ass beat many, many times. When the series ended for good, yes, for those who are still asking me to do a third season, the series ended and I hated how it turned out because I rushed it. Why? Because I was already redesigning Bluezilla and giving her a new name, which is now Saphihara. I changed everything with her. Her name, her design, her family tree, everything. I literally changed every little bloody thing about Saphihara. Man, am I glad I did. A couple of years later, after all the changes had been made, I started a new story called Birth of a Legend. As I was writing the story, I really started to dislike how it was turning out, because I noticed there were still some similarities to Love Beyond Space, and that's what made me literally stop the story completely. So I completely took the story down and started thinking of a different title and how the story should go. At the same time, new characters were coming into my head, characters with godlike powers. But instead of using the word God all the time, I wanted to call them something different. After doing a bunch of brainstorming, and I do mean a lot, I found a name that suited them, Kithone. Around the same time, I came up with a better storyline and a better title, and that story is what I'm currently working on. Legend of the Soul Golak. I am very happy with Saphihara's design, name, and many other changes. But there are always going to be some errors with redesigning characters. But in my case, it was other people taking a step too far, and this is where I drew the line. People had started taking my OC and redesigning her without my permission. Some claimed, "Oh, we were just helping you." No, the fuck you were not. It was getting so bad that I snapped and lost my shit. I made a post on my old DeviantArt account before I deactivated it in 2020 saying, "You take my OCs, you mess with their designs without my permission or not giving me credit, your ass is done. Game over." And everyone wonders why I have trust issues. Ever since I made that post, it's never happened again. I love Saphihara's personality now than how she was before. Like I said, in the second season of Love Beyond Space, Bluezilla was reckless and got her butt beat a lot. I mean, I get it, her family was taken, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you have to make stupid choices. Saphihara is more cautious, especially since she is a successor to a literal Kithone, and when she's fighting something that she's never fought before. Saphihara is also unsure about most things, like, why did the Kithone of Order choose me as her successor? Saphihara doesn't quite understand that. Once she realizes the situation's really not that big of a problem, she calms down. Like, oh, alright, I'm being dramatic for no reason. Saphihara was also kept hidden from the war and other Soul Pythrix and Thalgolak Kaiju pretty much all her life, due to her parents being overprotective and paranoid, and that pissed Saphihara off. She does not like that. At the same time, Saphihara is learning how to use her predecessor's powers. A normal Soul Pythrix and a legit Kithone, their abilities are going to be completely different and on a completely higher scale. So basically, in other words, Saphihara is pretty much smarter than Bluezilla. That is basically all I have for this video. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see y'all in another video. Bye!